Hey everybody, it's me, Ashley Brock. For those of you guys who don't know me yet, I'm autistic, and I wanted to talk about boundaries today. I'm going to share with you guys my experience with boundaries. My autism has a big part to play in why I handle, social situations this way. I will take on too much. For example, like neurotypicals, they will just tell you flat out, I don't have time for that. And what they really mean is, you're not going to take up my time. That they have time, but it's theirs. If a person asks me if I can do something, I can't tell them I don't have time if there's time. If I have time, which means I'll end up giving all my time and end up neglecting myself. I will keep going. I'll be getting overwhelmed and not associating it, linking it together, why this is making me feel this high anxiety, and I'll just keep going, and I'll start to get frustrated and really irritated, and then I'll start to get really if somebody repeats himself, somebody does something that is incorrect, I will over explode. And people are like, oh my God, you're just having a meltdown. And I'm overwhelmed because I don't have good boundaries. I can tell you and teach you about boundaries. I maintained a 4.0 GPA consistently, and I studied psychology. So I can tell you about boundaries. I can teach you a textbook about boundaries. But when it comes to real life situations, I have horrible boundaries. I have an example right now. What's going on? My father showed up. He's experiencing some, he says, senior abuse. I'm not sure what's really going on, but I don't know if it's just his old age or what. So I sent him to go get evaluated because I was getting overwhelmed, and he wouldn't stop talking, and I have issues with sound stimulation. So it's just a good example to show you how bad boundaries are. Most people that are autistic, we try to follow the rules of socializing. So for so long we practice, to be honest and correct, and then have so there's no communication issues, and so we do that. So a textbook, it's not instinct. So we learn it textbook. So when we're in the social situations, we don't know how to fill and measure out when it's enough. We're just copy and paste type of behavior. So I highly suggest that any autistic adult really practice daily on what they will allow, and let that rule follow for everybody. I have put myself in so many situations because I won't say no to people, and it's really bad for our mental health. It will cause me to go into shutdown mode, and I won't come out for like months. So unless it's your child, you have to make everybody, stay away. Don't let anyone around you too consistently. I wouldn't recommend it from my personal experience. Everybody, even your friends, even your family, I would set boundaries and have my own personal space to where they're not there all the time, because if they're there all the time, they're going to start to catch on that we don't say no, and we will end up, before you know it, they've taken over our life, and our whole day is consumed of doing things and doing what they want, and then they're in your space, and it's going to end up being really overwhelming. And a lot of times we'll end up just doing it because we think it's the right thing to do, and that's a lot of times that's how we measure how we socialize. Is that we always think, oh, what's the right thing to do? Because we go textbook, like I said, we learn social communication textbook style. So we just try to do the rules of socializing as best as we can, and that's what becomes a little confusing, is when people don't realize that we have these challenges and that it is affecting us. And because we just keep going and we just keep saying okay, and when we're nice, people think, oh, they can handle it. Really, it's affecting us badly. So I wanted to make some awareness for you guys to have healthy boundaries. If anybody else on here that is autistic wants to talk about it, I know it's been a big problem for me my whole life. So, yeah, don't forget, message me.